Hey everybody, what's up? Chad Wesley Smith here for Juggernaut Training Systems and JuggernautAI, joined by my lovely assistant. Some would call her the Vanna White of powerlifting, Marisa Inda. And today we're going to be talking to you about how, why, and when to use the Spoto Press as part of your training. So we've got a whole series of this how, why, when stuff going on. So if you've been seeing an exercise variation, maybe by your favorite influencer on Instagram, and you're wondering, how do I do that? Why should I do that? When would I include that in my training? We might have an answer for you. So as always, our videos here on the Juggernaut Training Systems channel are brought to you by the JuggernautAI app, where you can get totally customized training for you based on your gender, age, height, weight, strength, experience. You're trying to gain weight, lose weight. Where do you miss your bench press? Where do you struggle in the squat? What's your sticking point in the deadlift? That and much more. Customizes the program based on all that and then continues to adapt to your feedback, making the smartest program for you. So you get a 2-week free trial of that down at the link in the description or at juggernautai.app. All right, so Spoto Press. Spoto Press named for one of the strongest bench pressers of all time, Eric Spoto. Harken back to a day in the mid-2010s, a long time ago. And Eric Spoto kind of came out of nowhere as this gym lifter, and it was like, oh my God, this guy's benching like 650 for 5 and all these huge weights, and he benched in this unique way where he kind of hovered the bar off of his chest.
The Spoto Press, where I do the pause right before hitting your chest, but basically making the movement harder.
And then went on and broke the world bench press record. And because of his great bench pressing success and some of the biggest arms you've ever seen, got this exercise named for him, the Spoto Press. So Spoto Press is very much like a normal bench press with 2 key distinctions. You want to try and bring the bar down very quickly, almost drop it, and then you're going to stop it right off of your chest, maybe 1/2 inch to 1 inch above the chest. So you're not going to have the stability of the bar resting on your chest. You're going to have to create that stability all through your lats, arms, and shoulders to be able to control the bar path. How to do it, pretty simple. Normal bench press setup. You could do wide grip Spoto, close grip Spoto, regular grip Spoto, whatever works for you. All of those are available to you. And you're trying to bring the bar down quickly, almost like you're dropping it, and then you're gonna stop it hard and fast, about 1/2 inch to 1 inch above the chest. Short pause there, and then punch it up as explosively as possible. Other people may have slightly different interpretations of what they call a Spoto Press, but if you use JuggernautAI app or watch our content, which you do, probably means you're a very good looking, intelligent, wise and kind person. This is how we do it. So drop it, stop it, punch it. I wish punch rhymed with drop and stop. That would have a bit more of a nice ring to it. All right, so why would you do the Spoto Press? So Spoto Press is an exercise that can be used for a lot of different purposes, but our main one that we find it helps people improve is their mid-range strength in the bench press. So kind of that in-between area of, is it the off the chest until you feel it turn over into the lockout? Depending on your arm length, this could be different distances off the chest, but let's call it probably 2 to 6 or 7 inches off the chest is gonna be the mid-range for a lot of people. You might have really short arms, and mid-range might start at 1 inch for you. But once you've driven the bar off the chest and you feel it kind of just turn into the next phase, that middle phase of the bench press. And I think the Spoto Press does a great job with this because it eliminates some ability for you to create leg drive to initiate the press. Because the bar is not touching your chest, you can't really transfer the energy from the legs through the body into the bar. So you're having to build that much more strength in the arms, shoulders, stability in the lats, and control of the bar. And that ability to control the bar as it hovers translates to you being able to keep it through a better bar path and just have overall better control, and particularly build up your shoulder strength, which has a big influence on the mid-range strength. When would you want to use this in your training? This can really be used in any phase of training. We'll have people do Spoto Press during hypertrophy. Definitely want to de-emphasize competition bench press in hypertrophy to avoid adaptive resistance. So if someone's struggling with mid-range, weak point, they'll probably be doing Spoto Press at least once a week during this time, but they might use other mid-range exercises like incline bench press as well. Then you can use it in a strength phase or peaking phase as a complement to your competition bench press training. So that could mean that it has its own day, a secondary or tertiary day of bench pressing throughout the week, or you're doing it as a secondary or tertiary exercise. So you could do competition bench press for a top set, maybe a down set or two, and then switch to the Spoto Press to kind of complement that, or it could be on its own day. And then as you get to peaking, it would serve the same kind of role, just complementary, a little bit of volume of it in there, particularly if you really struggle with your mid-range strength. And again, that could be a secondary exercise for the day, or sometimes we'll have people, if they're benching maybe 2 or 3 times a week, a day that's kind of just variations, and it's going to serve some fatigue management purposes in there as well, because range of motion is a little bit smaller. It'll vary pretty widely. Like, I'm much weaker in the Spoto Press than the competition bench press. My best Spoto is probably 87, 88% of my best comp bench, while Marissa is just as strong or stronger in the Spoto Press. And a lot of that has to do with kind of bench press style. If you bring the bar down faster and kind of let it sink into your chest a little bit, you might struggle a lot more with the strictness and control of the Spoto Press. But if you already have a very high arch, light touch style of bench pressing, then you might actually be stronger in the Spoto by cutting out, you're using basically like an air board press by cutting down the range of motion. So hopefully now you understand a little bit better how to do the Spoto Press, why to do the Spoto Press, and when you would include it in your training. Check out a 2-week free trial of the JuggernautAI app, totally customized training for you that responds to your feedback. You can get powerlifting, power building, strongman, the Jugger Cube program, bench only, and more to come. It would just prescribe the Spoto Press for you, so you wouldn't need to know any of the mumbo jumbo that I talked about in this video. So hopefully if you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.